Hey guys, welcome back. We're on week 3, day 4 of our 30-day LSIT challenge. Today we're bumping up the intensity back to our 3.5 minutes of total time prep on the blocks. We're going to break that into 7 repetitions of 30-second holds. Just like every other day, if you can't hold for the full 30 seconds, go ahead and set yourself down when you've reached your limit and continue engaging for as long as possible, pulling the hips back and keeping the weight out of the shoulders and the wrist. It doesn't matter how long you can hold for. As long as you're keeping that engagement, you're going to experience growth. Thanks for joining me here today, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to stretch the wrists out a little bit. My wrists are always a little stiff and a little sore in the mornings. Laying the tops of the hands on the mat, you can lean back gently. Don't overdo it here. You don't want to strain anything. You don't want to experience pain. Just a nice stretching sensation. Switching for the palms to rest on the mat. We can press our weight into our fingertips and slowly slide down, keeping those fingers engaged, giving the wrist a nice stretch through the front. And then flipping our hands around so our fingers are pointing back behind us. Getting a nice stretch. All different angles there in your wrists. You can roll your wrist out, maybe give them a little massage. And let's go ahead and get settled. Set up with your blocks. Sit up nice and tall. And we'll start our first 30-second hold. Pressing down into the blocks, pulling the hips back. Oh man, shaking right off the bat today. My body is tired. We are moving and I am challenging my body to its limits lately. Reminding myself to take breaks when I need to, so don't forget that. We all need to take breaks. Almost there. Pulling those hips back. And release. Shaking it out. Be rolling the neck a couple of times. Feeling the body heat up. It's amazing how quickly our body can respond when we ask it to do something, how fast that blood gets flowing, how much energy we get. Okay, nice deep breath. Let it all go. All of your to-do list, all of the things you haven't done and don't have time for, all of your holiday shopping. Just take a few minutes here to be fully present in this moment and know that you have everything that you need and that it's all going to be okay. Ready for round 2? Pressing down, shifting the hips back. I'm closing my eyes here and focusing on the sensation. The engagement in your muscle is much more important than how it looks on the outside. So engage that TVA, feel the body tremble, press down through the fingertips, shifting those hips back. And release. 2. You can stretch the legs out here. Turn on your air conditioner if it's hot in your room like mine. It sure warms up fast when we challenge our bodies. I'm going to give my quads a nice stretch here along the front. A little yoga for the toes. Challenging them to stretch. Take your time here. I don't feel like you need to rush through anything. We've got 7 repetitions, but you can make it 70 if you need to. Break it out throughout the day. Take as much time as your body needs between repetitions so that you feel refreshed and revitalized and strong. We don't need to break ourselves down during these. And I'm reminding you as much as I am reminding myself. We all struggle with perfectionism and chasing and hustling and trying to do more and be more and see more and get more. And it's good to take a moment to remind ourselves here on our mat that we have everything we need. We are everything we need. It's all good enough and we're okay. It can be easy to forget that when we get busy. Okay, ready for round 3? Pressing down into the blocks, shifting the hips back. Deep breaths here, breathing fresh oxygen into our muscles, they need it. Focusing on shifting those hips back just as far as we can, feeling the body tremble, pressing down through the fingers, supporting our weight in our hands and our forearms, keeping it out of our wrist. And release. I'm really feeling that engagement today. Almost halfway there. Give those wrists another roll. You can point and flex the toes. Wiggle them out. Oh, give it a little shake. And let's make it over the halfway point together here. Round 4. Pressing down, shifting those hips back. Thinking about the muscles in the back. Squeezing down and together. Pressing into our fingers and the first joint of our finger. Letting that draw our shoulders down away from our ears. Coming back to the hips and remembering to shift back and engage that core. We're almost there. And release. Over halfway. Let's take a little moment here to stretch out the core. Remind ourselves not to rush. And come to a nice cross-legged position. Wherever you started, whether your left foot is in or right foot is in, go ahead and switch it out. A little yoga for the brain. See how it feels to be in a different starting position. And just rest here for a moment. Give yourself time to take a few nice deep breaths. And say to yourself, I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. Draw your attention to the hips. See if you're holding any tension there. See if you can relax and release a little bit. Walk your attention over to your lower back. Are you holding any tension in the glutes and the lower back? Can we release it there? Draw the shoulders up all the way to the ears. And in a big exhale, drop them back down. And one more time we say, I have everything that I need. It's good to remind ourselves of that when we get into the rushing mindset. We want to do, and go, and we're constantly feeling like we're driven to go find more externally. It's nice to remember that everything that we really need, we already have. We have the tools and resources and ability inside of us to fully meet life, to navigate any circumstances we find ourselves in. We are capable. We are strong. We are whole. We are enough. Okay, and with that in mind, let's go ahead and continue with round number 5. So get yourself set back up. Grab your blocks. Wiggle in between. Set yourself up nice and tall. Sit bones on the ground. You can move your booty out of the way if you need to. It helps you feel more grounded. Okay. Number 5. Pressing down into the blocks, pulling those hips back, feeling the body tremble, not shying away from it. It's okay to experience discomfort. It's okay to be in the in-between. This is not easy, and that's good. This is a challenge for us, and that is how we grow. All growth occurs outside of our comfort zone. Almost there. And release. Woo! I'm working up a sweat in here today. Number 5, 2 more to go. We got this. It's amazing how taking just one little moment to center yourself and remind yourself that you're enough can really change the tone of your practice and what's going on inside of your head. It really helps calm me down and helps me enjoy this whole moment and not try to rush through it. So take the time you need. If you're still feeling rushed, take time. The best healing for feeling rushed is to give yourself a little space to breathe. Even though it may feel like you don't have any time, if you create some, it'll free you up. Okay. Moving on to number 6. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to stretch my wrists out here, give them a nice little massage. Wiggle my toes. And remember to focus on that feeling of engagement in my TVA. So I'm going to really focus this time on pulling my hips back, feeling that engagement, feeling that squeeze, and trying to exert as little effort as possible in my shoulders. So join me here. We'll close our eyes, pressing down, shifting the hips back. Focus on the feeling. How does it feel to be you today? Engage that core, feel the body tremble. Pull the hips back as far as you can and then go a little further. It's okay to shake. We're almost there. You got this. A few more seconds. Pulling those hips back. And release. Almost there. You're doing great work. Good job. If you had to sit down, that's okay too. Remember to just keep engaging on the ground. We are all at a different point in the journey, but we're all heading the same direction. So just be where you are today and thank yourself for showing up and cheer yourself on. I'm going to take a nice little stretch here for my legs and my low back. It is amazing how new things can make our bodies feel so different. Lifting and moving boxes and furniture is so much different than my normal yoga practice. And so even though I find myself to be more fit than I thought I had been in a long time, the moving and the lifting and the twisting, it still makes me sore in a lot of different ways, which is a wonderful thing, right? There's always more room to grow. There's always a new challenge. And it's a wonderful opportunity if we allow it to be, to engage our bodies in different ways. Okay, ready for number 7? Is it number 7? I hope so. If it's not and we're only on number 6, then go ahead and do another one for me after the video. Okay, last one. Pressing down through the fingers, shifting those hips back. Concentrating on the feeling in our core, engaging, pulling the hips back as far as we can and feeling that tremble. Pressing down through the fingers, engaging those lat muscles between our shoulders. Pressing down, pulling back. Almost there. You can do it. And release. We made it. I think that was 7. It might have been 6. It's okay. If you're bad at counting like I am, don't judge yourself. Either way, you showed up and did the work. Thank you for joining me here today. I would challenge you to, as you go about your daily life and your other practices and picking the kids up from school or going grocery shopping, think about how your body movement engages your TVA just in your normal daily life. So think about when you're picking something up, can you engage your TVA? Can you engage your core there to protect your back and to support your hips to ease that movement? When you're moving things around, when you're reaching up to put dishes away, when you're switching the laundry out, how can you engage that muscle in your everyday life? Try to pay attention to that as you go about your day today, on and off your mat, and see if you can just notice and appreciate the strength that you've been cultivating within. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow for, I think it's Friday, right? Day 5 of week 3. How exciting. We've made so much progress.